Class 7 here, yeah.
Class 7.
Conover Gilt. Looks like Bryce is going to drive a pair of them here. That's the 18-7 Thriller left shark Gilt. They have a pair of litter mates in this particular class.
But you pulled the old man in to drive one also.
Special assignment.
Gilt coming in now, 883-5, Connor Shippee, Arizona. A Speak Now non-typical. That's another name we heard often on Wednesday. One that I believe got in the top 5. The breed escapes me now, but I'm pretty sure the Shippee family took home a banner from Iowa this week.
Looks like that Shippee Gilt did find the pin pretty quick after she came in.
878.5, Keith Schultz, another Arizona Gilt, and another Speak Now is going to take pin 3. The young man with the cap on towards the top center of your screen. Nice Gilt there.
Looks like Bryce Conover's second Gilt, 818.6, is going to find herself in pin 4 to start things. Follow that up with the Schaffner and Wabash Gilt, and then round out with a pair of Chad Crimper Gilts. Say again, he'll probably work 3 in this particular drive if I had to speculate.
So we got Bryce coming out of pen 1 here, 818-7, Littermate 91 litter Gilt, Thriller Left Shark. Thriller, I believe, is the Hood family boar from here last year. Is that right, Jason?
I think so.
No, Bryce told me earlier this week that he made an attempt to buy this boar. He ended up at Premium Blend, and Bryce got a collection out of them. As you'll see, his entries today are going to be all sired by that boar.
Second in the rings, that Shippee Gilt you mentioned there earlier from Arizona, that Speak Now non-typical Gilt. Another Gilt that's tall-shouldered and sleek-fronted.
Here comes the other Arizona Gilt to Speak Now, 878.5. I'm guessing that's all he's going to rework in this class.
Yeah, appears to be. Another real strong trio. And, again, some different variables out here like we've seen in most of the rest of the classes, but Gilts that all seem to be sound-footed, feminine-fronted. Then as many extras as John and Brad can put on those things and keeping them sound.
It's going to be the Shippee and Conover Gilt here for 1 and 2. Some differences in these Gilts.
Gilt Bryce drive, she just looks like a sow. Big-legged, big-footed, durable, big-bodied.
There's quite a few Berkshire boards you can breed that one too.
Yep. Looks like that one could have a long, nice longevity. Maybe a little extra white than some like to see, but
looks like Bryce is going to be second. The Shippee Gilt's going to win this class, and here's Mr. Hanker with the results.
Got a really nice pair of females, I think, to lead this class off. And I think the genuine one, when you hit the surface of the ground, that has the most substance and toe quality and cleanness of hock and joints there, is this young man's Gilt. One that's got extension out through her front end, got a big old hip. Really, it gets a little bit rough in the ham loin. She really don't pinch. You just get a little high spot there. Probably the only thing I'm real critical on this gilt. But this one's got some reach out through that front end. Still has a big open blade. She's got a long hip in her. And you got a big hind leg in her. She really can reach and go. I think a pretty nice female. It's got a lot of value. Bryce's gilt's got a little smoother down her top line. I like that about Bryce's gilt. Another gilt with an exceptional good underline. Just not quite as clean in her hock. I don't think she hit the ground quite as true on both ends of the skeleton as the other gilt. I think she's a little deeper in her body. She's really a brood sow in terms of the right frame size and dimension and femininity. I think really a sow that's going to go out and do a hell of a good job. She just has a lot to her. Next one out, just a nice balanced gilt. Take some length out of that front end you like. She's got some bone. She gets just a little bit straighter in her hock, and she's a little shorter in her rump, but just ran into two really exceptional gilts there to get around and just couldn't today. This gilt, as she got out here longer, started to move easier. She kind of come in just a little tighter. As she goes, she's gotten better. She's deep. She's got a big old top in her. She's got a lot of dimensions. She's got a very good underline in her. I'd like to level your gilt out just a little bit, particularly down her top line out through her hip. But I do appreciate how fresh, how dimensional that gilt is. I think her frame size and maturity is fine. Another gilt here that's just a little bit smaller gilt that's putting on a little more cover. Needs to be a little longer in her stride there to move up any higher compared to what we had above you. Next gilt's out. You can let out gilts that just needed to have a little more to them in terms of muscle shape. Gilts that had decent design, acceptable feet and legs, just needed to have a little more product for me today to move up any higher. Let's give this group a good hand for a nice competitive class of Berkshire gilts. Good job. You beat your brother. That's the main thing, isn't it? Huh? Yeah.
Here are the results of Class 7. The top 7 gilts in the offering have made the sale for tomorrow. Class winner, Connor Shippee, Buckeye, Arizona, 883-5. Second, Bryce Conover, Baxter, Iowa, 818-7. Third, Keith Schultz, Tonopah, Arizona, 878-5. Fourth, Bryce Conover, Baxter, Iowa, 818-6. Fifth, Schaffner, Wabash Valley, West Union, Illinois, 881-6.